Hi, and welcome to StrataCom's presentation for Next Level Cherwell Experience via mobile, Kanban, and more. Today we're going to be talking about StrataCom's mobile client, our Kanban experience, Spear, which is sprints, projects, epics, and agile releases, and a quick and easy time tracking solution for Cherwell. So a little bit about the story of StrataCom. We were founded in 1997. We're focused solely on ITSM, and we've been a Cherwell partner since 2012. I'm Eric Kruger. I'm the co-founder and principal consultant at StrataCom. I'm also the product manager for StrataCom Cherwell products. And also with me is Jason Petties. He's our lead developer on the StrataCom Cherwell products.
Hey, everybody.
A little disclaimer, StrataCom's Kanban boards and mobile client is developed by StrataCom and is sold by StrataCom and is not included in the Cherwell suite of products. If your plans don't include mobile, your plans are not finished. Let's talk a little bit about StrataCom's mobile solution for Cherwell. So StrataCom has a native mobile solution for Cherwell. We had a few goals when we built this. Let's touch on some of those. We wanted to be able to build a unique mobile experience. So StrataCom's mobile client is powered by our powerful mobile experience designer. Cherwell is flexible, and your mobile solution should be too. So Jason, can you talk a little bit about our mobile experience designer?
Yeah, as a developer, you have an interesting choice to make. Is do you just build one solution for one customer with meeting their needs now? And we decided to take a little extra time in the development effort to build a framework so that it's easily configurable to meet a lot of customers' needs. And so that allows us to stand up new clients and new sites within just a matter of hours instead of days or weeks. And even customers can even change their own configuration, modify the screens that they want to see. All kinds of customization is available right in the product, and doesn't need any customizations, developer customizations to do. So it's helps us move really fast.
Okay, to put Cherwell right in the palm of your hand. So our mobile client delivers Cherwell to your mobile device via native iOS and Android apps, as well as progressive web apps or PWAs, and web browser deployment. So Jason, can you talk a little bit about developing for all of those different platforms?
Yeah, with trying to develop a solution that will meet all those needs, there's such a wide variety of devices to be on and platforms to be on, and so we definitely chose to be on the web, but to be on the web in a cutting edge way. So we start with basically being a website, but that website graduates really nice into being a PWA, using a lot of extra features that particularly Android supports PWAs really well and gives you an enhanced experience. And then the full-fledged experience is also native, and so the technologies that we're using are compatible with all of those platforms, and you can have a native app or a web page, and the experience is the same, and the development cycle is the same, and so we're able to move them all together in a pretty rapid manner.
All right, thank you. And the Cherwell mobile client lets us stay on top of your work. Push notifications and email links take you right into the ticket or the approval on your mobile device, giving you the fastest access to your work. So some of the mobile solution highlights: you can quickly submit incidents, requests, and more. You'll see this during our short little demo. You can easily approve changes and service requests. You can quickly update any record assigned to you. You can scan a CI's barcode to quickly look it up and update it. You can do field service in Cherwell's facilities, map, and work on your work orders. You can literally mobilize any Cherwell object in minutes. So if you've got something that you in Cherwell, a custom object that you want in your mobile client, it only takes a few minutes to mobilize it and push it out to mobile. We've got offline capabilities, and then our deployment options are the native iOS and Android App Store apps, the PWA, which is a progressive web app, kind of in the middle between a native app and a web browser, and just desktop, tablet, and mobile browser. And Jason, could you give us a little information about kind of the differences and how the app differs kind of between those experiences?
Yeah, you bet. As I said last time I was talking, that we try to keep the experience as compatible as possible. But there are definitely, as you move from a web app to a PWA, there's extra things that we can give you, and we do those things like on Android, some basic push notifications and things like that. And then when we go into native, there's some things we can take advantage of there too. Particularly the barcode scanning is really slick on native. We have barcode scanning on the web too, but the native one is just the components work better. They can take better advantage of the technology on the device, and better support for push notifications notifications, particularly on Apple on that one. The PWA support for push notifications on Apple is a little lacking, so we can make up for that on the mobile browser. So I think that's a pretty good summary of that.
Real-time flexibility beats rigid upfront planning. And you'll notice that with our Kanban boards. So we also have another product, these Kanban boards for Cherwell. These allow you to visually interact with Cherwell. So they give you card-based access to Cherwell records. It lets you visually manage Cherwell records with a simple drag and drop interface. It's a really simple to use interface with a lot less clicks. And the boards get live updates to ensure users have up to the second updates on their Cherwell tickets. Jason, you want to explain how we're doing that, how we're getting the live updates to the boards when someone else updates the board?
As a developer, developing this was really fun, and we're using Microsoft technology called SignalR, which uses WebSockets under the covers. So to provide this real-time syncing, so when two people on different sides of the world open up the same board on a web browser or some maybe on the other devices, and someone drags a card over, within a second or a second and a half, sometimes the board moves immediately on the other person's board, and so it keeps in sync. Just right now, I mean, the whole SignalR technology is built on being super fast responsiveness, and it was really fun to build that for the Kanban and to see how users are able to put that to work.
Cool. Scrum is like your mother-in-law. It points out all your faults. One of the things we're coming out with is ITIL v4 DevOps support via Spear. Spear is our sprints, projects, epics, agile releases map. It allows you to move out of other apps like Jira and into Cherwell. And integration to other Cherwell objects like incident and change and problem is key. So this will be available in the marketplace as a Cherwell map, and it basically brings DevOps to Cherwell. And paired with our Kanban boards, it really gives you a traditional Kanban experience, a developer experience in Kanban. And one other thing that we'll touch on is our enterprise time entry system. So this will be a map for our editable grid-based time entry. The map will just include the objects for the time entry. You can use this without consuming a license. This can be like a portal map. You'll be able to easily enter weekly time against multiple projects on a single screen. And time entries can roll up to IT, PT, PPM, or any other aggregator of time entries. So we've got a custom one, but you can use any. You could use tasks and incidents, or you can use the PPM time entries. It's really configurable. So let's do some demos. Yeah, if you want to follow along, you can download the native apps on the iOS or Google Play Store. Just search for StrataCom, and then just enter your email address on the first screen. You'll be directed to our public demo site, and then just log in with one of the accounts to see the upper left-hand graphic. And you can also view the StrataCom mobile experience at cherwellmobile.com/public demo. And the Kanban site is at the same site, just public demo/Kanban. So let's get into these demos. I'm first going to start with a little bit of a mobile demo. This is the home page for a mobile screen. Now everything that you see on the mobile app is configurable. All the colors, the objects that we're hitting, any of the wording, everything's configurable with our mobile experience developer that Jason talked about earlier. So on the home screen, we can do a few different things. We can go in and look at our objects or our tickets. In this case, I'm going to look at my open incidents and service requests. I do have a list of other queries that I can run against Cherwell here. So if I want to look at all the incidents with open tasks, I can go into that. And these are just queries that are in your Cherwell system that we just tag to run in mobile. And you can see we kind of have our little card view here, so you can see some information about the ticket. To work on that ticket, you just tap on it. It'll bring up a view screen, and any of the fields that you see, this is kind of our out-of-the-box experience, but any fields that you see that you want removed or added, it's very simple to remove and add fields with our mobile admin tool. If I want to link out, I can view some information about the customer by tapping on them, and then from here I can call them using the native dialer or the email client on this phone, and I can do the same thing for the Cherwell admin. If I want to navigate through some of these tickets, we've got these navigation buttons down here that let you navigate back and forth between the tickets. Any related items will show up down here with buttons, and then we merge the journal entries right into the ticket. Now, if I want to do something to this ticket, I can go to our floating action bar, and I can do any number of actions here. I can add a simple journal entry. and I can make it visible in the customer portal by doing that. Or I could do some workflow tasks. So I could go in and I could set this to pending or resolve the incident. Let's take a quick look at resolve the incident. This is basically running the resolve incident one step. So we're passing it some parameters. And now we're running that one step. It'll run the one step on the Cherwell server and then bring us back the results when it's completed. So there's a few other things that we can do from the home screen that I'll show you as soon as this one step is run. To get back to the home screen, we just tap on this icon at the top. We've also given it a way to search for records. So if I want to go in and find an incident or find a change, we can really set this up for any object. I've got some interesting ways to do it. This is just I've set up 3 different ways to search. I can search by ticket number. And as I start to type in, you'll see that I start to get results back. And when I find the ticket I'm looking for, I can just tap on it to work on it. A really common use case for customers is that they meet somebody in the hallway and somebody like Emma might say, hey, I've got a ticket. I know somebody's working on it. Can you find it and see what the status is? So if I look for Emma, I can see her tickets. Now, if I want to show just her in progress tickets, I can tap on in progress and it'll just show me the ones in progress. Or if I want to show all the open ones, I can tap the show open. It'll show me all of her tickets that are open. Same thing for a description. If I just type in a word like print, you can see I'm getting all the results that have print anywhere in the description. If I just want to look at open print tickets, I can just tap open and see. So this is really flexible. You can put any field you want in here and search. Any of these modifiers you can add. So in this case, open, it includes new, in progress, all those different open fields. And those modifiers are completely configurable. So like everything else, it's really configurable. We can create records from here. So I can tap on the create incident and I can find the person. And you can see when I start typing, everybody with that first name Emma or last name comes up. I can put in a description and a priority, and I can put in a subcategory. I'll just request some email calendaring things. I can hit OK, and then I will get back the ticket that I created. It'll give me the ticket number and a view of the ticket, and then I can do anything I want with the ticket. I could take ownership of it. I could assign it to a team or to a user. Of course, with the native phone camera, we can attach a picture to it. We can begin work. We can really do anything there that we want. So we can really do that with any other object. I'm just going to show you one more feature. We've got these nested menus. If I tap on CMDB here, I get the CMDB option. So, from here I can scan a barcode. I can create a CI. I can look a CI up by name or other ways to look it up. Or I could just run a query and edit a CI. And you can see I can go in here and I can change the status, or I could just edit it and change a bunch of different fields on it. So all the objects essentially work the same in our mobile client. And remember, it is 100% configurable, really easy to work, really easy to put your branding in here, your corporate colors, all of those different things. All right, let's jump over to our Kanban boards. First, I'm going to show you Kanban boards more of a traditional. This is on our SPEAR map. So the SPEAR, remember, is sprints and projects and epics and releases and all those different things. So this is just a very simple board. It gives a look at all the epics that are in our development funnel right now. Kind of one of the cool things we can do from here is from the epic, I can go to an action that opens the sprint board for this epic. So this will be any sprints that are related to this epic. So all of these sprints are tied to this epic in some way. So I can look at these, and then from this sprint, I can actually drill down into the sprint board, and I can look at all the user stories. So from the user stories, we can move things from new to in progress. And these Kanban boards essentially work by, just drag and drop. And when I drag from one column to the other column, it makes the change. We've also got some other cool little features here, like a quick assign, so I can assign it to me. We can also go in here and assign it to a user. So we have kind of the same capabilities as mobile, where if I want to assign this to Bill, I can assign it to him. I can also add a journal entry. I can add attachments. I can also drill down and actually look at this user story. So, it's a nice way. We've also got some other user story boards built, and these boards take 5 or 6 minutes to build each, but I've got a user story with an epic swim lane. So I've got the swim lane is the epic in here, so I can look at all the user stories for each epic. And then I've got another board that has the user stories by sprint. So I can look at all the user stories by sprint, and I can see what's assigned to each sprint, and I can actually reassign to a different sprint if I want, just by dragging and dropping. So this is kind of our traditional Kanban board. Let's go take a look at something a little more, less traditional, but really popular with the Cherwell user community right now. And these are just Kanban boards that are against everything else. So this is an incident, and I've got the status at the top here. And so as things move from one status to the other, they update in Cherwell automatically. So I can take this in progress card, and I can drag this over to resolved. And now I'm getting a drop action. So we can put drop actions on columns. This drop action is to resolve this incident. So I can resolve it from here. I can just put in close, hit OK, and that will close that. Now, if I try to drop from the assigned, you'll see I get a warning. It says I can't drop it here. So we are enforcing business rules on columns by not allowing users to drop cards on columns that they shouldn't be able to. So you wouldn't have to enforce that business rule, but in this case, we're just following the out-of-the-box business rules for Cherwell. All right, let's take a look at a really cool board a lot of the customers are using or interested in. This is our all open to the desktop group. So this board has all the members of the desktop group in it, and then it's got an unassigned column. And I'm not going to move any of these cards around, but you can see these cards switching because Jason is assigning these cards right now. So so that's our Signal R at work in the back end. And Jason, you want to say a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm just sitting here. We're not in the same office, and I'm just assigning out these incidents to who I want to work on them on a screen that looks very similar to what Eric has. And you can see it's updating within all the way through the Zoom meeting. It's coming back with it under a second, so it's super fast on that. And those updates will come through if someone's actually using a mobile device on their phone, and they update an item in the grid. That would show up basically instantly on the board as well. So it's a very quick feedback mechanism, so your board is up to date. The other thing that we're doing on the back end, out of the box, we can't pick up changes that someone does within Cherwell, and so the server will automatically be refreshing every 5 minutes or so to check if Cherwell has made any changes to records, and then it'll automatically push those to the boards as well.
Okay, great. And I just want to show you this one other. This is essentially the same board, but it's got swim lanes, so you can actually see what's assigned, what's in progress, what's pending. So just a great view for the entire team. The entire team can see this board, see what everybody is working on in real time. The unassigned tickets will just magically pop in there as things come into Cherwell to this team, and they can assign those out. So these are our Kanban boards. They can be set up for any object in Cherwell, and they work really well. So I'm going to show you one more thing. I'm just going to show you our enterprise time tracking. This is just something where you can go in and add time really simply. This is a real simple setup that I've got here. We can also do a more complex with a time card. But here I can just click here. I can add, I can select the project. I can select how many hours I worked and the description of that if I want to put in a description. So, and then I can add another one. And I can just keep adding time entries here. So as I add the time entries, these are just for this week. We can have other queries in here for last week. And like I said, these can be tied up into a time sheet that can be approved. And this will also be out in the map store for the backend time entry objects if you don't want to use one of Cherwell's existing ones. And then this front end will be available to either the Kanban purchase or mobile purchase. So that's about it for our presentation. Thanks very much, Jason.
You bet.
I hope everybody enjoys the rest of Clear and gets a lot of good information out of it. So thank you very much.